Welcome guys to episode 928 of Minecraft, and I'm using the Epic Dungeons mod. This mod implements a crazy amount of new dungeons into Minecraft. As you can see, we have this gigantic village biome, whatever you want to call it. It is massive. Here we have an obsidian sort of dungeon over here that one of the things that you'll see out of this mod is that the chests and the treasures that you can find are quite repetitive. They are sort of the set standard sort of treasures that you can find. You can find like anything you'd find in a normal dungeon, which kind of gets repetitive after a while. Now I have changed the config file just for this video, so the structures and the dungeons actually spawn a lot more frequently, because they are actually kind of scarce, and I tried combining them all into one sort of key point, so that I have to travel around and try and find them all. So here's a wide variety of different delicious sort of dungeons that you can go travel through. Here's there are some like 3 or 4 boss dungeons, and this one is a ship boss, meaning that it's implemented a little bit more detail to it. You can see how detailed the ship is, very nice, and it has a nice little TNT here, so I decided to get some flint and steel and blow it up. Alright. There we go. Delicious explosion. Now moving on, here we have this sort of blaze dungeon. Now one thing, like I said before, is they all have the repetitive sort of thing that you find in chests. I'm pretty sure they just took the code from a chest or from a dungeon in vanilla Minecraft and just whacked it in there, because they have no sort of creativity with the loot they can steal. Although the buildings and the structures and the mobs that are implemented in them have been very nicely created, I give that a 10 out of 10, but the loot they sort of get, or the rewards and the stuff you get from it, are very kind of minimalistic. You won't be finding any diamond swords or any enchanted weapons there. Now this is what I found. I actually had a rendering problem in Minecraft. You know how it doesn't render and it renders down the caves. I actually saw this, and we're actually underwater. That's why the water is dripping everywhere. This is a massive underground dungeon system. Here's part of the boat, and if I'm going to dig down here and try and find another dungeon system, and indeed I do find a dungeon system. I was quite persistent, and voila, we find an even bigger one with even more awesome stuff. Here you can see it goes on for ages and ages, and I have another clip of where it actually stuffed up and was a little bit of a glitch area, and you'll see how massive it is. You get these little cool looking cake stands, just like your Reddit cake day. Here's another shot of the villages. They are massive. And they're guarded off with massive walls over here. Now this is just outside. You can see we had a nice big creeper explosion, something like along the lines of this. Now this is a trap. Some of these dungeons play a little bit of a game on you and trying to trap you, and you can see the loot here is very ordinary. That's the point I keep on bringing up, because it is kind of repetitive over there. That black obsidian was a little bit of a trap. Unfortunately, I couldn't find another one. And here we go. Here's the bug shot. You can see that it's massive, simply amazing, crazy stuff. You can see all these rooms. And here is another sort of labyrinth, I shall say. If you're doing this in survival, it is actually quite a challenge. Although, why would you want to do it in survival for 2 iron ingots and maybe a little bit of redstone? Sometimes it doesn't feel worth it, basically dying to get a little piece of loot. And here we go. We have another cave system or dungeon system in this mod. So this pretty much covers the entire dungeon pack mod. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.